Just because it says Hasbro don't mean it's going to be good. I'm just saying, man, Hasbro's been disappointing me lately. Y'all know that shit. I collect Transformers,
This guy is becoming more third party every episode.
I know. See, he gets tainted, man. He gets that third party taint on him, and then
I'll get to the third party thing, and then they'll kick me off the show. I'll be like, well, we don't need you now anymore. We can't argue with you.
SCU. You are now listening to Shoutouts Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega A1. Welcome to Shattercast.
Hello everyone and welcome to Shattercast Uncut episode 53. We are 53. We're wandering through the perils of his life as we slowly start to notice that our affinity for rectal thermometers has gotten worse and entered the world of butt plugs. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and our estranged daughter does not approve. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and you are listening to the podcast so damn good that sometimes your loved one whispers it in their sleep. Joining me tonight are 5 members of the Sinister Six, including myself. Unfortunately, Greg and Justin, he's out fighting crime for the sake of crime. So he's fighting cops, is what I'm trying to say. One thing or another, because, you know, thug life, that's why.
Right.
As always, joining me tonight is the regular band of merry men, and starting from my left is everyone's favorite rocket scientist of our podcast, the guy who's the most reputable YouTube reviewer, and why he isn't sponsored yet is because the world isn't fair. Mr. T2RX6, Justin.
What is going on, everybody?
Good times, good times. Yeah. And of course, following right behind him, playing around on his phone and getting really pissed off because Angry Birds Transformers is a little addicting, but he's hard pressed to say it, is everyone's favorite love child of Dennis Miller and Louis C.K., Mr. Bobby Skullface.
What's up, everybody? You know what else? Real quick, let me just do it now. For those that pray, I ask for you. There's a buddy of mine who, actually, I wouldn't be here without him because he got cancer a couple years ago, 29 years old now, and I drew a Transformer piece for him, to try to motivate him to fight it, and he put up a fucking hell of a fight, but he is in hospice, and, it's a wrap. So, for those that pray, send some prayers his way, but, maybe just for a painless exit, and for those that don't pray, I'm going to pray for you because apparently dark is hot and hell is dark and hot, or I forget what the DMX record is called, but it's something like that. And good dude, and
it's
I
dark.
know he's not listening. Yeah, it's dark and hell is hot. But I'm thinking of him, and
if you don't pray, have him in your thoughts. At least be that considerate.
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So that's that.
All right. And, of course, coming up behind him is everyone's favorite champion of Hasbro, the one, the only Mr. Hail Hasbro himself, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Purple butt plug.
Lucky hot toy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And, of course, last but not least, you know this man all too well. There are times when your wife will continuously compare you to him in every fucking sexual position you try to get into. He does it better, and it's like, yeah, whatever. He's everyone's favorite wife fucking girlfriend stealing Antoine. How's it going, man?
What's going on, people? How you doing? Welcome to the Love Shack.
Wow. He did 3 lines tonight. He must be in there for him.
Yeah, it's because he's drinking Kanye like his role model, the ladies' man. Oh, that's nice. So, as always, we got shirts, hoodies, bumper stickers, and let's not forget magnets and the fun you can have with that.
We sold a magnet this week.
No shit. Who bought it? Robert?
No shit. The Pinnacle Stare. He's
Robert.
he's a listener of the show, and he bought a fucking magnet. It blew my goddamn mind. I haven't shipped it to him yet, but we're about. Well, the magnets cost us like $8, so like after shipping and everything, we're only down like $3, fellas. So.
All right. So let's go ahead here for the what's his name? The Pinnacle Stare.
The Pinnacle Stare.
Should wrap up
you know.
that thing.
you know that guy's just going to purposely walk through a retirement home and just fuck with everyone with a pacemaker. my pacemaker detector's going crazy. No, don't do it. I still have so much to live for. I crap my pants. Yep, totally all over it.
It's too cold in here. He just whips out the magnet and starts twirling it on his finger. What did you say?
What?
Did you want your meds right now, Mr. Johnson? No. Are you still upset that the Irish can vote? No, not anymore, are you? Yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah.
whips out Pinnacle Stare. I think you should buy 2 magnets. And then you can whip them out on both hands. And then as you're twirling them in both hands, you can say, unlimited power.
I will change my Twitter handle to Magneto Fanboys 033. So,
thank you for buying the magnet.
Yes, thank you. He's. I think he appreciated the novelty of it so much he had to have one.
We're gonna get pictures too. We gotta
I
put
thought
that
you
up
said
on.
Tenant Stairs, so I was like, this guy must be like the only Ghost Rider fan I've ever heard of.
He has like. I think actually it is. Maybe it is Penance Stare. It might be Penance Stare. I hope. I know like his real name. I don't know if he wants it out there like that. So like I didn't want to fucking. But it might be Penance Stare because he's got the flaming skull bit as his like avatar.
Oh yeah.
That's always, as always, be sure to check out Shattered Comics, our new podcast is doing soon in 2018.
With resident expert on Ghost Rider, Skullface.
No, we gotta get a picture of him doing something with it.
Yeah,
And
Yes.
fanboy Oscar.
not to alienate our magnet owning users, one person. But I want to see pictures of that magnet in all worst places. Like
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
between
yeah.
2 pieces of bread, over your friend's laptop, like you're threatening to drop it, like, oh look out,
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you.
and then we need to make a Shattercast magnet blog, and it'll just
Yeah.
be populated.
Between
And, like,
titties, between two balls,
And a Facebook
whatever.
page just for the Shadowcast.
And then like cut a hole in it and wear it around your neck like Flavor Flav.
Shattercast magnet fan page.
Use it as
Flav!
you can use it as a cock ring, whatever.
Well, I don't think
Whatever
he's
you do.
going anywhere if his dick was that wide.
Yes, Antoine might be able to use it.
Yeah.
Aw.
How would you laugh? We're talking about how well endowed you are in a man department. Speaking of departments, podcast, Justin, you want to reevaluate our situation there with iTunes?
Well, I'm not going to explain the whole thing, just that we're switching from Podomatic to Podbean. So if you're subscribed on iTunes previously, make sure you go back and search for Shattered Cast again. One of them has every single episode we've ever done. One has 1 episode.
I actually don't even see the Podomatic one up anymore on iTunes.
It's there. It's still there. There's
It's
one.
still there.
There was 1 episode, so you probably didn't see it because of me switching things and out. So yeah, subscribe to the one that has more than 1 episode. Chances are, subscribe to the one you're not already subscribed to. That's probably a pretty smart thing.
And if you guys get an extra 2 minutes of your fucking time, go ahead and just drop us a quick review right there to help boost us up, to let other people know that we exist. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's great. We have this awesome 600 likes on our Facebook page. That's 600 people that are awesome. Let's try to make it 1,000 by letting motherfuckers know that we are on iTunes, period.
Yeah, and if you feel like you want to give us 5 stars, then maybe we'll be using that for something later on.
And this is not a YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and 5 stars and favorite this shit. Just, just drop the 5 stars on there, let them know what's up, man. And
Can I tell you something? I've never done that on YouTube. I have never
I
said
am
like, comment,
so-
subscribe.
proud of you. I am going to totally record myself on the toilet just dropping the while I'm saying that. But because, it's what you do in Jersey when you're bored.
He said I'm gonna take myself taking a shit.
So,
Damn.
speaking of taking a shit, anybody get anything? Matthew?
Fucking Oscar. Man. Why is it-
Segue.
Yeah. My turn first?
Nope.
Hey,
Yeah.
I get to go first. Yeah, I got Generations Prime.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
God.
Oh, wait. All right, well, you want to jump to this segment first? Matt it has a lament to give, and it's in regard to Generations Prime.
Ugh.
And Matt, if I could have complete silence from the rest of the cast, Matt, you have the floor.
Oh my God, this is a complete piece of shit. I mean, it's probably one of the worst. Other than the Fat Prime, I said Energon. I think it was which one was the Fat Prime?
Energon.
Energon, yeah. Yeah, this, I was looking forward to it, and it was all right, and everything. man, I got this thing out of the box. It just doesn't look like Prime. It looked Monkey Man. I mean, it's just the truck mode is okay. I like the homage to the classic kind of. It's got a classic kind of feel to it. It's okay, but like Greg said, it looks like a Winnebago. You know, it's really big.
Go on.
Oh my god, this thing in robot mode is just it makes no damn sense.
Matthew, we're here for you. Just come clean.
It was terrible. I spent 20. You know, I got 15% off of it because the box was like somebody tried to eat at it or something. I got 15% off, and so I got it for like $23, and I still feel like I got ripped off. By far the worst Optimus Prime figure ever. Even worse than the Bot Shot. Bot Shot makes this one look like a fucking MP. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
okay, bro. Let it out.
I may have said it wrong. Hey, this one makes this one makes the Bot Shot Prime look like a fucking MP because it is just straight garbage. Do not go buy this thing. I don't sell shit. Y'all know that. I keep everything. I would actually probably sell this one if someone would buy it.
$10. Yeah, right.
I will give you.
You're right. It's on. You're right. But I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll trade you a Masters of the Universe, the faceless one, missing a leg for that figure. Take it.
But yeah, that's all I got this week. It was
take that as no.
I can't defend this one. I may review it actually on Tumblr, so get ready for that one. Anyways,
I want to give a shout out to my iPhone 6 and its amazing ability to play music on cue. Love it. That's right. That was the Lonely Man theme. So it's nice you come clean. And of course, coming up next is Bobby. What'd you get?
I got a ton of shit. I got Warbatron's turbo injector.
Nice.
He's awesome. I got TFC's Red Cross. I got fucking MP11 Skywarp.
Ooh.
I
really?
got yeah.
I didn't know you got him.
Yeah.
I think Greg's getting him too, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, I got him. I got Soar.
Fucking money bag shit.
I got DX9 Invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. And I got one more thing that's supposed to ride tomorrow, and then things should be fucking calming down for a while, thank God.
Oh, so you're actually going to try to feed your children this month. That's
right.
No,
right.
That's a fucking G right there.
No. This month's already shot. I'm going to try to feed them next month.
Oh, boy.
It's a fucking G on train right there, buddy.
How about you, Antoine? Try to follow that up.
Yeah, good luck. She's like,
over $1,000. God.
I know, man. Shit.
Yeah, I didn't get anything. Nope.
That's okay. You're not alone, brother. You're not alone. Justin, what'd you get?
I can't remember if last week I mentioned I got the Amazon exclusive Sludge, the chromed out one. He's still in his box, but yeah, I got him last week too, and I totally. He was so notable to me that I remembered to talk about him. Yeah, other than that, I got the DX9 Invisible, I got the Transistor, I got RC and Chromia, so that should be cool. I got Cubrar or whatever, the other Fans Project Dino. Hydrant, finally the Sigma L Headmaster, and the Technotune Titans guys. So, most of it I can't give you any opinions on because I've only opened Invisible, so.
All right. And I got nothing. I got a shirt, but it was not the one I ordered, so it went back to the eBay seller. All right. So let's go ahead and get started on our third-party news.
I also got a knockoff Rodimus Prime that the seller was trying to tell me was actually a real one, Masterpiece. And, that was an interesting story. So. Nice. Very nice.
How's his feet? Oh, never mind. Let's go ahead and talk Transformer news. Peter Cullen says Transformers 5 and 6 will be less darker than Age of Extinction. So expect Revenge of the Fallen, Part 2 and 3.
Fuck that. At least we're getting a 5 and 6, man. That's fucking awesome.
Right, because they'll totally, fix what's wrong with it, everything.
They will. They did it in X-Men. Why can't they do it for them?
They didn't fix anything in that X-Men movie. I don't know what film you saw.
They fixed it. I mean, they tied
Yeah, they did. They did. In all fairness, they did fix some things in that X-Men.
They fixed
a lot of shit.
Well, now I want to I'm going to derail this because I want to talk about the X-Men for just a second because I just
That's
recently
Shattered
saw
Comics
this.
coming soon in 2017.
Well, no, my thing is like the whole movie they like almost played up like that third movie never happened, and then at one point they're like Wolverine has a flashback. I'm like, oh, and there's all the third movie, so now we don't know how Professor X is alive and all that stuff again. I'm like, well played, well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
I thought they did it well.
Played, Bryan Singer. You finally managed to make an X-Men movie that wasn't all about Wolverine. Oh wait, it was.
Yeah,
Because
that-
anyone who
that's true.
read Days of Future Past know the main character
Kitty
was
Pryde.
Kitty Pryde, not fucking Wolverine.
Yeah,
Which is
and
why
then,
I don't call the X-Men movies the X-Men movies. I call them Wolverine 1 through 4. And then X-Men Origins Wolverine the prequel, and then the Wolverine is Wolverine 5.
I'm with you there.
So yeah, those are not good. Nothing was good about that film. They didn't fix shit.
Well,
But yeah, so I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with this 5 and 6 because what I did, and I gotta come clean about something, so I gotta cue it up. I have to I gotta know that what I did was unforgivable. I allowed myself to get worked up for Age of Extinction. I bought into the hype. I bought into the characters that perhaps this was gonna be good. Hell, I even got excited for the toys, and I bought a few of them. And wow, were they hard to fucking sell? Because in the end, what I ended up seeing was Optimus Prime do his impression of Buzz Lightyear. See that Frank Welker, who finally got to voice the leader of the Decepticons, used the Megatron voice for Galvatron, which made no sense, and maybe had a grand total of 5 lines total in the film.
Yep.
So what I have to say is, I'm sorry, Peter. I don't consider you an American icon of voice actors. You're no
Whoa.
Frank Welker.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, I'm off the show. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
Okay.
You go
Walker
fuck
is
yourself with a
happy.
sick dick,
Good night,
Oscar.
folks.
Fuck yourself.
Go suck an AIDS-infested cock, my tubby
Fuck
friend.
you.
Because
Fuck
Peter
you.
Cullen is not an
Tubby
American
Cuban.
icon to me.
Tubby Cuban.
Well, he's
He
Canadian.
is not an American icon to me. He is a farce.
You. Get
And
back. Get back
am
in
an
your tub.
alcoholic.
Go back to fucking Cuba.
And I'm done.
No, I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you.
I'll tell you. Like, I like the fact. I mean, it's bullshit that he caved because I think that he has enough clout in that franchise to put his foot down. But at least he recognizes that he had issued. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't. I
No.
see.
not
I
nobody.
see Peter Cullen is going. I see Peter Cullen is going. Oh, that's great. Just check cleared. So I guess we're just gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna kill you. You
What was
will
the?
die, human.
What was the line?
So you
Was
think
that line?
he sold out? Is that what he did?
I
believe he did.
I mean, he says there, like, you can't stop the machine. But like, my question is, how much did you try, Pete?
I mean, he really did. I mean,
Because I'll tell you what, for a while there, you know what Peter Cullen and Mr. T had in common? They needed work. Okay.
I mean, he did. I mean, and he just, I'm sure he wanted to go a different way. But, this is Hollywood. It is Michael Bay. I mean, you want to dog Michael Bay out, but he has a lot of fucking pull. And Peter Cullen, he is the voice of Optimus Prime, but, I mean, he can be replaced. I don't ever want him to
Yeah,
be
he
replaced.
Hello, Gary Chalk. Would you like to make 6 figures
Yeah.
for about a few hours of your time? Well, yes, I would. Oh, but
Yeah,
come on.
so I mean, he can be replaced. I mean, it's just I don't want him to be replaced. I mean, when you think of Optimus Prime, I automatically think of Peter Cullen. I've met him a couple of times. Just to sign some stuff, but he's a really nice guy. He loves his fans, and I'm sure he hears a lot of flack about how Optimus has gone, the way of the movies. It's not the way that Optimus Prime was when we were kids. What's Optimus Prime? And so, but if he can, like I said, money is everything. It's the almighty dollar. So everybody sells out sometime.
What was the quote? Like, what is the quote that you think he's upset about? I don't know the movies that well enough to.
Optimus Prime will take one less face this movie.
I'm sure there's a lot. I know there's one quote. I think, but there's probably a quote. Quite a few quotes. Especially the last 2 movies that he probably did not
Yeah,
feel
but
like.
he said there's one in particular. Like in that quote, he says.
That one
I
line he didn't want to say, and I think you all know what that line was, which
Exactly.
only is maybe kill them all.
Yeah, it has
Probably.
to be.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, this was
So-
in Age of Extinction. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's an age of extinction now.
He's like,
Age
I'll
of
kill you
Extinction.
or something like that. And
I'll kill you.
probably, remember he
It-
said
it
that
is
when he came
something
to
like that. He definitely did say, killing something. Like, he even was talking about killing the humans or something.
And which he did, you know, he fucking killed
remember in the barn? I mean, he's like, I'll kill you all when he comes up from the barn or something?
Yeah, he's like, I'll kill you all. I'm Optimus Prime. And
but I'm going to be pissed, too. I mean, if he saw all of his friends die like that, I mean, you know, it don't matter who you are.
Okay, look, here we go. This debate was had. Okay, I tried to defend him being immensely traumatized by seeing the ultimate act of betrayal by the people he tried to protect. But in the end, it's just people are going to go with Bobby and be like, well, Optimus Prime still should have said that, you know? He's going to keep a clear head because he's a fucking Mack truck or whatever.
And because he is your father figure. You know, he is that latchkey father figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's supposed to be able to make those decisions that are rational and logical and based on principle in spite of, you know, the circumstances. Like, that's what makes Prime. Like, he's a step above that shit. He's fucking Patton. You know what I mean? Like, but when he says shit like that, well, now all of a sudden he's like fucking Optimus Deadpool.
Yes.
But, I mean, it's a different generation, too. I mean, this is 30 years later.
I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Like, it's a different generation, but you don't see fucking Superman going around fucking ripping people's faces off.
No, he just snaps their necks.
Well, you didn't see Michael Bay get into Superman either. Michael Bay would direct Superman. He probably would have changed that shit up, too.
Right, and then turn it into a fucking...
So I'm not blaming Peter Cullen. I'm blaming Michael Bay for all this shit.
You know, Peter Cullen has been the custodian of that role.
Yeah, but like I said, he could be replaced, man, real easily. And then, you know, that's a lot of money. He made a lot of money for these movies, man.
Yes, he can. He can be replaced, but I don't think you can say he can be replaced very easily. You know, we're talking about the middle of a franchise. It's not impossible. You know what I mean? They can make Batman Val Kilmer if they want to. You know, it's not impossible.
Right.
But it's never going to be the same.
Actually, I'm going to go swerve right here and swerve you a few times and throw you off here. The Val Kilmer Batman was actually a hell of a lot better than fucking George Clooney's.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I can watch that
for a second there. I thought you were.
Yeah, I know. I thought.
Keaton, I was like, ah!
Fucking Keaton. No, I
should
don't
have been
think
able
so.
to. If you could have watched my blood pressure there.
No, you thought I was going to say better than Keaton. Because it answered the question of, you know, like, what the fuck drags him and shit.
Even Skype didn't want to hear that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Skype just blocked you, man.
Well, no, I'm talking. I'm making a valid point. No, but in all seriousness, it's like I prefer that Val Kilmer to George Clooney any day because it felt like I was waiting for George Clooney's Batman to be like, "Good job stopping those guys, Robin. High five."
Yeah. No.
Fair justice.
But I'm just saying. Okay, so I know you think Peter Cullen's got a lot to say, but if he does, then why did he not do anything for Transformers for over almost 20-something years?
I can't answer that question.
Lesbians.
Because I love Peter Cullen to death, you know, and you know, like I said, I always thought he was a father figure, you know, as my grandpa or something, but he can't be replaced. And there's just so much, you know, he could have. Yeah. There's not a lot he could say during the movie saying, I cannot, you know, I don't feel right saying that. Well, I don't feel like,
man,
you know,
he can
right
at least
saying.
say that. He can at least say that.
Yeah.
But then they're just gonna fire his ass.
No, they're not. It's not a fucking Nazi regime over there. If he were to say, look, you know, can we talk about this line a little bit? They're gonna at least hear him out. Now they might tell
they would hear him out, yeah. But I think in the long run,
it would make me feel better if he was just like, man, I said something. You know, I told them, I was like, this isn't. I don't feel comfortable with this, and they told me, hey, you know, either fucking say the line, funny man, or fucking pack your shit, and I got defeat. That's a totally different response than, you know, I was gonna say something, but I got scared and decided not to. And I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm just saying that
right,
response.
I understand. I understand what you're talking about. But yeah.
I do.
I guess he could. He could. Yeah, I'm sure he would have a little pull to.
Yeah, I do like the fact that it does bother him.
I think when it comes down to it, he's like one of the most important, you know, well-known people of the actual Transformers franchise. So, like, I don't know, like, he's definitely one of the most well-known voices. You know, like, I mean, Welker has a good voice and everything, but his voice has changed over years. I think it's pretty easy for someone to not realize all the stuff he necessarily is doing.
All voice actors go through this weird process. If you watch season 1 of Batman, the animated series, and then you watch the DC movie Batman and Superman Public Enemies, you're going to hear two different Kevin Conroys. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes.
Same thing with Tim Daly voice, so like their voice changes over time, which is why Frank Walker wasn't involved in the first film because he just sounded too old.
Right, but that's the thing is like Peter Cullen's voice hasn't been as drastically changed as Welker's did, so it's like the more recognizable voice, to be completely honest. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he pulls a lot more. I think he just pulls more weight than you're giving him credit for. So he really should have had the say I don't want to say that or whatever. I mean, he's a voice actor, for crying out loud,
But at least he did say, like at least he did come out and say I did not like some of the lines that he said,
right.
And he's owning up to it, like, but that's like I said, that's all Michael Bay. I don't think it's him at all. But anything else?
No, I think that'll do.
I think we covered that. We almost made Skype crash, so and thinking of things and talking about things that don't crash, but in fact fly high is Van Toys FT11 Spotter, aka MP Reflector. Let's go ahead and get this out here real quick. Skullface here fapped hard.
Yes. Yes.
This
is true. I'm still lotioning this bad boy up to make up for that day.
Wow.
Yeah, because I went to work.
It was out of left field too. I mean, we just talked about it, and then Antoine was like, I want to see this, and then 2 days later, bam.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
It looks spectacular.
No point in buying that TFC one now.
There is never a point in buying your TFC one.
Unless you wanted a fake camera for like a...
Oh, Photon? I got a TFC one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. And I sold it, like, right away.
Yeah.
Like, I think I had it for less than a month. I Greg that shit.
It looks like a cool camera.
Every time you do that, I Greg that shit.
It looked like a very cool camera, just a shitty reflector.
Well.
No, yeah, it was. I never considered a reflector. I considered it just I wanted to get something. So
I thought they were just small, and I think the wrong fan, if he was stoned enough, would probably eat it. So.
But this.
That's the perfect effect one.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
the perfect effect one is
perfect
tight.
It's cool. But this thing is. I love the expressions in the faces.
It's the same as on C1, just like it's that blank stare, like they don't.
They're different. Like one has the blank stare, one kind of has a smirk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the other one's got a smile.
Smile.
It's so good.
So one will flirt with you, the other one will fuck you, while the other one will molest you.
Record you.
I know y'all saw the digibashes of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited for these. These are definitely awesome. I'm glad to see a company doing something that is like sorely missing from collections, but like nobody seems to have done it yet. So that's cool.
Yeah, that'll be my first purchase for fan toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan Toys is knocking the shit out, man. And
I'm more. Toys is the
I just
shit.
don't have the money.
I'm more looking forward to the Reflector myself. I'm not Reflector. I'm sorry, Perceptor. I like Reflector, but the Perceptor looks fucking tight too. Man.
I'm
It's
just
not
happy.
KFC.
I'm just happy that somebody is fleshing out my fucking con shelves because, like, god damn, these Autobots just won't stop.
I'm just happy that this thing's not going to cost me $200 too.
That's it.
I really like the fact that I'm going to get 3 car-sized toys for
$150.
Yeah, like the price of like 2+ cars, maybe. Like it's not a full third car, masterpiece car. It's a good price. I'll take it.
This is beautiful, and Hong Kong Toy Fair is this weekend, so I'm expecting that we'll see some shit over the weekend.
I love the name too, Spotter. That's fucking tight too.
Yeah, they actually, I like the names they come up with. They do a good job. I gotta admit that.
I can't say anything bad about this. The fans toys only problem is that ever since Quake Wave they haven't quite hit that home run QC situation since. But I do think they're like people were complaining about how tight fucking how how loose Slag's arm was. So now Sora's tight as fuck. You know what I mean?
But they can't fucking win. It's
So like I
damn.
think they're trying. It's just trying to find that happy medium.
Yeah, it just sometimes doesn't work out right. That's all.
But,
are these going to just be Masterpiece? Are they just going to be a Masterpiece kind of company?
mm-hmm.
It seems like that. I hope so.
I mean,
that's what they said with our interview with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring your Jetfire out, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And bring out anything.
Yeah.
Could they venture out? Could they venture out to do combiners? I mean, you think they would do the combiners?
I
Anything?
mean, I don't, never say never. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like, as long as they stay on.
All
the
right,
path they're
Justin
on.
Bieber, calm down.
Yeah, you love that connection. But
Ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby.
as long as they doing what they're doing, like that's all I care about. Like I love this company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
I
though
did too.
even though my sword broke in like an area that I really ahead of time should have noticed, and it's disappointing that it happened. But on the other hand, like I still love the figure. Like I would I would buy another one if I had to. If I
I wish
really
I
had
wish I
to.
would have missed a Quake Wave. I really wish I could find a Quake Wave. I would buy him.
Oh, you could. You just basically got to, refinance your mortgage.
Well, it was
Oh, that's
was
it?
weird because not everybody sold them.
Yeah.
Like TF stores didn't sell them. There was a lot of places that just didn't sell them.
I saw him on BBTS one time. And I don't have money right now. I was like, maybe he'll be there next week. I went back and he was sold out. I was like, damn.
Wow, that was some fucking
Yeah.
lag on my end there. Jeez.
My bad.
We all got some of it, but yes.
We're all lagging right now.
Yeah. I love you,
But yeah,
Skype.
does anybody not like this?
I think they're gorgeous. I like that Perceptor too.
I don't
Yeah.
like that I'm gonna have to wait so freaking long.
Yeah, that I feel you. Let's talk about the Perceptor.
Another cup tease from Fantas.
Fucking man, BBTS had them coming out fucking in January and February. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I was like,
but
oh,
they pushed
fucking
it back.
BTS. God,
That was their dates for the pre-orders.
yeah.
It's beautiful. Like the Perceptor's beautiful too. Like I love that pose they have him in, like holding those guns out to the side, like like.
Oh yeah, he looks wrecker. Man, he looks
Yeah.
like a fucking wrecker.
This is by far my
I mean,
favorite third party now at this point.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, he's sized up. I mean, he's a beefy. He's a little beefy. I don't know, but his waist is a little small. But I mean, he's a great height. I mean, he's almost about Shockwaves. It looks like he's almost a little under Shockwave. But
I'm sitting here holding my store right now, just thinking about Perceptor and Reflector.
And Sora is code word for
Stroking.
your penis with the
is it penis?
big
Yes.
purple butt plug.
Stroking.
He is fapping hard.
But I mean, you never
fapping.
look at Perceptor as intimidating. But in some of these pictures, man, he looks pretty badass. Like he runs shit. Like I'm the leader of the fucking Autobots. So you go fuck yourself with my fucking.
I wouldn't go that crazy.
Well, I know, but I mean, he just looks pretty badass, man.
He does. I can't wait. I can't wait to have him in my life.
I just I look at him and I like him because he looks very like G1, like that blockiness and everything to him, and they've taken the blockiness, it's still retained, but they've made it more
Modern.
Yeah, like the fact that he does have a smaller ab area makes him look less, like he's a old toy, but it still retains that whole feel of that old character. So I love it. I love this guy. And I love the name too.
Yeah, Tesla. That's a good name. I want to see the microscope. Some pics of that too. See how. I know nobody's going to ever leave it in that position, but whatever. And that middle spot has an Autobot symbol sign all over it.
Of course.
I love the name Tesla, though. It's obviously after the Tesla coil, which was invented by some guy. Forget his name. His last name was Tesla, obviously. Nikolai Tesla. Thank you.
I was just thinking of love songs. That's all I was
Matthew, as always, you are making me horny. And anyone else got anything to add about this Perceptor? Besides it looks nice and, it's badass, which it is.
Which do you think is coming out first, Reflector or Perceptor?
Perceptor.
Preceptor, probably.
The Reflector came out like in October, I think. Supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I say a delay on the Reflector.
If you could only pick one of the two, Preceptor or Reflector, which one?
Reflector, more bang for you, buck, homie.
Reflector.
Reflector, and only because my shelves need cons.
Yep, I feel the same way. Yeah, I would pick Reflector first, just because I need more masterpiece Decepticons. So.
Yeah.
All right. So moving right along.
We have got a view of Bad Cube War Dog, a.k.a. Masterpiece Warpath. And that looks pretty good.
Yep.
I have so many mixed feelings about this guy. It's like, so I feel like he's too big. There's pictures where he's like the same size, you know. So like I don't know how I'm supposed to feel with his overall size. And
yeah, I thought that too. The first time I saw him in tank mode, I was like, man, he is way too big.
Yeah, and then but the tank looks good, and it's you know like I was talking to Fear Corpse, who was graciously letting me borrow his Brawny, and he pointed out, he's like, but it is the accurate tank mode. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot that the Generations one is that H tank. That's a true statement, you know. So then I started not liking the Generations one as much as a Masterpiece. Like it's been like a roller coaster ride for me. So
yeah, I'm this is gonna be my first Bad Cube purchase. I'm in.
Yeah, me too, probably.
I'm gonna go on record here. Okay, I could care less about Warpath when he came out for the Generations line. He was like a purchase I picked up. Like, oh, okay, well, you know what? It's either buy a fucking Thunderwing or a Warpath. Oh, I'll buy a Thunderwing. And the next week, oh, that's all they got left is a Warpath. So I bought the Warpath, and he came out okay. And then I look at this one guy. I look at this shot now from Bad Cube, which for some reason I thought they were calling him Barbecue. But but I'm looking at this photo and it's like,
Zowie!
as a standard fucking pose, like just having him stand there, he looks really intimidating. And then when you go to that photo where they try to actually show his articulation, it's like, what the fuck are you wasting your money on?
Yeah, that does look like a mess.
It's like the tagline should be, "This is how you don't pose this figure."
Yeah,
ever.
I agree. It's like they let a 6-year-old do it, but like the thing is, like
probably the person that built it.
My only issue with that is probably true. My only issue is that the treads on the forearms, they're just so obvious. Like
I don't know, they kind of fucking do it for me, man.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, they kind of fucking do it for me. It's, I don't know, like I try to, because all right, as silly as it's gonna sound, when I invest in a third party transformer, I try to picture what would they be like, and if I was trying to pose them in a battle type of situation, and you guys that seen the Facebook page for Shattercast Uncut know I sometimes post photos. Now, if I was to buy this motherfucker, you better believe that one of the photos I would post is him putting those treads across like fucking Galvatron's face. Not my penis. Not my penis, my delectable little technician, no. But yours.
My delectable little technician.
That's the best.
You're delicious! Yo, D!
But like,
so,
they're just like, I would just wish they could collapse a little bit more, or that they were split up a little bit. Like, it's just, that is a lot on one forearm.
Dude,
what I would have liked them to do with these treads is maybe have them, and don't get mad, you kind of take a page from the Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon figure, where you know how they connect and shit when he's in tank mode, but instead of them like having him part of like his fucking shoulder armor nonsense samurai outfit, like have part of the tread hang off the shoulder behind it and kind of clip into another piece there, so it looks like it's part of the freaking shoulder assembly, which it isn't until you get him in his alt mode.
There is not much I would like somebody to take the cue from Swamper with. But if these treads like stayed on and you could transform them, that's fine. But if you gave me the option to unpeg them and just kind of peg them somewhere else, I'd be okay with that too, I think.
But like, even if for me, like even if they stayed on the back of the shoulder as opposed to the forearm, I'd be more okay with that. Even though it might hinder articulation and stuff, it is really an eyesore. Like, it's distracting for me.
Oscar,
then
you're talking
if-
about that. You're talking about that pose where he's leaning over or something, whatever, like he's taking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever
that's
see
an
that?
eyesore.
Did you ever see the episode of the Family Guy where Stewie's taking steroids?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
so-
Brian's trying to get by, walk by. And he's like, and like he's trying to let him go by and everything. He reminded that pose right there. It's like he's on steroids. It's like, you want to get by? No, you want to get by?
Yeah.
Huh?
I can see
Yeah,
it.
he's taking
Now-
a shit.
Is he going to be more expensive than the previous?
He has to be.
Yeah, he'll be bigger.
With his
Yeah, he's
size.
a big boy, dude. So yeah, you know.
How much were Bronny in them?
They were $100 a pop, which that to me
Oof.
seemed that to
I
me
say him
seemed
about-
hurt. Yeah, exactly. That's what hurts about those.
I see him
They're
being
not
about
bad.
150.
I suddenly have a newfound love for my generations.
Well, how the fuck is MP Prowl Takara MP Prowl less? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what hurt about those figures to me. Like, ugh,
Well, I see him being about 150 then,
that would hurt.
Ouch.
or a Ward Dog. Yeah, maybe 100, 125, 130, maybe. But
Because the Perceptor isn't even that much. The fucking Reflector is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, that's my big gripe with these figures is they're just like I liked Bronny more than I anticipated playing with him, but like it's just too expensive. Like I don't know, I just didn't feel like he was worth his value,
Exactly.
even though he was by far improved over what's come before him.
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree. And you just you get like a 60, 70, maybe $80 vibe.
Yeah. Mhm.
He just
yeah,
doesn't.
when y'all were reviewing them, Bobby, I thought $60 maybe
Yeah.
at the most. But
Yeah.
then
He's a good toy.
Mhm.
It's just like
he's not $100 toy.
hell no. Like not when you take into consideration that MP Prowl, which is to me a fucking work of art, is $30 less.
Right.
And bigger and better and less weak. You know what I mean? Like I don't mean that in a bad way, but just just an overall better unit. I mean, fucking, like you're gonna tell me there's a $50 Quake Wave was like 150 when he first came out. You're fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
gonna tell me there's a $50 difference between Quake Wave and fucking Bad Cube? Like, come on, Jack.
Yeah, that's where I, like I can understand why Prowl is cheaper, mass manufacturing, all that stuff. But
Mhm.
you hit it right on the head. Like you can't tell me that like he is, you can't tell me that the two of them are worth the price that Soar is, or like
Right.
Oh,
So-
hell no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have them, I can tell you that shit. Hell no.
So, speaking of masterpiece problems,
So apparently Bumblebee has this darling little forearm gap, which is what prevented me from buying him. Because, the more I look at this masterpiece Bumblebee, the more I say, I kind of liked him better as a Suzuki. But, so this amazing individual on the TFW forums by the name of Jay Ream, if we're
I
saying it
think so.
right,
yeah.
has created a forearm filler, which is actually really neat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Still don't want this figure, but all right, good job, buddy.
I think that it's cool. All right, let me say this. I think that it's cool that it plugs in both modes, so you can always keep it as a part of it. Like kind of like what Justin was saying, like you wish you could take it off and tab it in, or different set of parameters, but the same basic idea. The thing is while this is cool, and I wish this guy success because I think it's a good idea. It's not the idea I want.
Mhm.
Like if somebody makes a replacement, I want that replacement to work so that it folds that side piece up into that fucking forearm somehow. Or it's something that's completely unrelated where I don't have to take it off and plug it back in because that just doesn't do it for me.
Performing.
What'd you say? Yeah, well, yeah, yes.
Performing.
I mean, yes. I mean, that's basically what it is, but it's like lazy parts forming. Not to say that this is a lazy job. I'm just saying that like
Yeah.
the fact that you have that panel, move out, in order to transform them, but then you have a gap, where the hand comes out. It's like you have the peanut butter and the jelly. You're just gonna put them one on a piece of bread and one on a fucking piece of meatloaf. You know what I mean? It's just
Peanut butter jelly time. Sorry.
it's just.
Yeah.
I think that this is the best viable option available. It's just not the option I want personally. but I commend him for it because I think it's a smart idea.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, I can put Bumblebee on the shelf that I don't really notice it, so I don't feel like spending $10 more. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
He's fucking
I'm sorry,
awesome.
he wants $10 for 2 hunks of plastic.
Yep. Pretty much.
Price tag on it? I mean, I would imagine it's around that. I mean,
Getting Defender flashbacks.
Yeah,
Is that shipping?
T-shirt.
Does that include shipping?
that I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Probably not.
My MP Bumblebee is just fine. I don't care.
Yeah,
about the
it
foil.
comes out. It comes out to prices $8.75 shipped to continental U.S. for a painted set, left arm, right arm. Sorry, prices jumped $2 from the original offered in the post office. Is a bunch of lying bastards. There has been a damage to a couple of guys from shipping cheaply, so not taking any chances in sending bubble mailers, which is $2.50 more. So $10.75 with $2.50. Oscar not know math, so it's like money. And
All right.
I am not a monster.
I'm not on the move.
I'm not a bad smart man, but the goddamn player needs to get off my arm. So yeah, I mean, if you're ballsy and you want to order this piece and so your Bumblebee looks complete, go for it. But I don't own the figure. Like I said, he was better when he was Suzuki.
I disagree, but
I just
that's
Liar!
I
Don't
disagree.
start.
liar.
I think you're full of shit. I think you're both high and you don't know what you're talking about.
This just isn't enough for me. You know what I mean? I like if it's enough for somebody, then I get it. But like, it's not what I want.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, it's the fix I need, but not the fix I deserve, or you know what I mean, or however the speech goes.
This is what happens when a Batman fan's on a podcast. So.
for justice.
For justice.
It's just where's my Iger delicate warrior?
Yes, speaking.
Like a warrior right here.
This to me is like super duper fucking bizarre.
No. What this is desperate because I've owned the Valkyrie, and wow, was that ever a mistake?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think like I had the RC one, and it's not a terrible figure.
The Valkyrie?
Yeah,
What?
Which the MGT one,
the delicate warrior. There's
not the
two.
Impossible Toys.
Yeah,
one.
Impossible
okay,
Toys
okay,
one
okay.
is the crappy one.
See, I've been scorned by Impossible Toys in the past now. So every time I look at this figure, and it's kind of
But this-
like, you know,
this
you
isn't
go
the
to that
Impossible
club
Toys.
where you hooked up with that chick, and then like you go there next week, and then her boyfriend's there. Yeah, that kind of awkwardness sets in. Look at
This is like
Yes, I get it.
Eh,
There's no point to this. I'm sorry.
eh.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that the colors for it, like
No.
personally, like, this toy is a cool toy, but it's dated. But here's the thing about it is well priced.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, $35.
$35.
No box.
Yeah, no box, shipped loose.
Yeah.
Good
And
old
you'll probably be pissed off when it gets there and be like, shit, I paid $35 for this.
I'm sorry. You know,
No, this one is worth the 35. I'm not gonna say it's not. Like, it actually is a good figure, and yeah. I just, you know, there's really no point in having it in blue. That's the only thing. So.
What about green?
Justin says that with his Iger t-shirt on.
No, I am not an endorser of Iger. I've had plenty of their things break, but it's a good RC. I mean, it's dated now, but I mean, they couldn't release it in pink probably because now you got the Generations one, you know, and
It's
good
knocking
enough
out the
for
park.
$15.
Knock them out the park.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd say all that shit, but
Hell, bro.
Yeah.
How do those hands peg in vehicle mode?
oh
Oh yeah, they
that-
hold the gun that you plug in. That's
No,
right.
wait, no. You said hold the gun. They don't really do that.
They
There's a-
loosely slip around.
There's a gun and there's hands and there's like a slot that the gun goes in, but it doesn't really work right.
Sounds like the beginning of a point.
It does. But apparently there's two RCs. There's two Generations RCs now. There's one with like open hands and one with closed hands. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if does anybody have the open hand one?
I don't think I do.
I see you're having trouble transforming that RC, ma'am. It's gonna help you out by undoing my pants.
I have the closed hands RC, and I can tell you she does not hold the gun.
Does she double fisted or what, man? What's
Or the sword. The guns goes in. The gun and swords go into her hand, maybe a quarter of the way.
Twice.
Pass.
And then the rest sticks out. So it's like this big, like pistol grips sticking out of her hand, and then the gun comes up off of it.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me when I did that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to try to force it because I know I'll break it. But I was like, is this really how it's supposed to be? I'm like, come on, Hasbro.
You know what's funny is like I've sit here and I've taken this break of buying Hasbro products, and like because income tax time is coming soon, and I already got like $600 worth of third party shit I'm ordering. And
all right, you're back in the game. Fuck yeah,
and it's like fucking. I go into like these WalMarts, I go into these Targets, and the shit's flooded with stuff that I probably gave a shit about last year. And now it's like, oh look, there's RC and and Chromia, whatever.
Just get back. Just buy them. You'll be okay.
I'm not gonna buy them, dude. They're fucking dumb.
Will. It's okay.
Oh man, fucking.
I'm here for you.
Look, that bitch Wingblade gave me herpes, basically, all right?
I got a Hasbro t-shirt. We can share it together, me and you.
You are pathetic.
I'm sorry.
I love you. I love you, Matthew.
I'm still trying to find Uncle Battle Wars for you, man.
I appreciate it. And speaking of unconditional love, Matt, you'll love this. New in package images of RRD 2015 Warrior Class, Rescue Bots, and Hero Masters.
Yeah.
And this Optimus Prime is weak.
Well, I only kept this in to show off the drift.
Yeah, and it's making me long for the movie figure.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
I am gonna buy this for the sake that would be the face of look for that for the memories. Like I am gonna buy it.
I might do the same. But I'll tell you, like I think this cartoon. I hope that it's not. And I'm with everybody. I'm not passing judgment on it until I see it, and I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna watch every episode, but I think this cartoon is gonna be a piece of shit.
You know what I like? Whenever I drive my trucks with a trailer, I can see a pair of boots pop out from the rear of the trailer. Make a lot of sense. I'm just saying.
I think this is gonna be on par as the G1. This how good this cartoon is going to be. It'll be compared to SG1.
I thought you were talking about the figures. I was going to be like, and what kind of shit you smoking, home? Because I'm looking at these right now, and even the Hero Masters are like, wow, those are better than the fucking Warrior class fucking figures.
Matt, I'm not even going to respond to that shit because I know you don't mean that shit. But I do have a bad feeling about this cartoon. Like when I saw the picture of the Decepticons, that's what really sold it to me. I was
God, there's a moose. What the fuck? I'm like, is that a moose? Are you shitting me?
No, that's a tractor, isn't it?
I think it's a tractor.
It's a tractor, but it looks like a goddamn moose.
Yeah. I'm picturing those pitch beans. They're like, okay, guys, we got this Pop Out of the Skies movie coming out soon. So what are we gonna do with the series? I got it. What's that, Phil? Let's make a moose.
We gotta have Canada here. We gotta represent Canada.
Quiet. Their whole room's quiet, and then they look at the guy sitting at the head of the table, and he goes, "Let's make a tractor that looks like a moose." And they're like, "Oh my god, that's a good idea!"
Canada's gonna love that shit. So fucking
John Deerecon.
Look, son, they made this here just for your daddy. You now are the owner of a transforming tractor.
Does anybody, like, just a side note, does anybody like seeing the footage, seeing the trailer, seeing the toys, seeing shit about the cartoon, does anybody get a warm fuzzy feeling about it?
No, I don't. I see it and I go, thank God I don't pay for cable anymore. Just high-speed internet that rarely works. So.
I can't wait for Mr. Krabs to come out because I'm getting Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Krabs.
I can't defend this shit hardly anymore. It's hurting my soul. I mean, goddamn, a fucking tractor.
It is.
How fast does the fucking tractor go? I mean, really? Fucking 10 miles per hour?
Like what kind of?
How's it gonna keep up with anybody?
No, you know what?
Seriously, like which one in there?
The tractor pulls out into traffic and slows down the Autobot traffic.
I know.
That's what
It's blocking shit.
that's what spoils their day. They're like, can't get around too
It'll be like
wide.
that field plow. We need your help. I'm on my way, guys.
No.
Oh
When
no,
the-
no, no,
When
no.
the tractor scenes
You hear
come
this?
up, you know
Then you hear
they're
this? I better slow it back. I'm in the red.
That's like rescue bots, man. No.
You
What were you
know,
gonna
when,
say,
you know when the
Just-
tractor comes on, they're going to be in one spot the whole episode because he can't go anywhere.
There's going to be that episode of RID where the rescue bots show up and you look at that tractor bot and you go, "You're such a retarded con." Fucking waste.
And like,
of
wait,
Quick, the
before I
Autobots
say-
are here. And it's
what were you gonna
that.
say, Justin? Were you gonna remark on this?
No, not really. I mean,
He's like, he's not about it. He's like, no.
I'll tell you the other thing is that like, I see people like on Facebook and I hear people on multiple podcasts be like, I mean, one of the Decepticons is a lobster. I mean, how could it be bad? And in my head, I'm like, are you
Be a Transformer
for
fan.
real?
Okay. Here's why they're saying this. It's that geek logic where something's so bad it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you have a Viking. That's pretty cool, right? Now give that Viking a Mac 10. That's fucking awesome. Well, you know what's better than that? A Viking with a Mac 10 riding a dinosaur that's partnered up with a cop from the 1980s out to stop Adolf Hitler from infecting the world with the Hitler virus. That is awesome. Now, this is from a movie called, I believe it got, thankfully its Kickstarter was successful because I can't wait to fucking get my DVD. But now picture a sentient robot that comes to Earth. That's awesome, okay? Now, his friends are turning into high-end sports cars. You know, one's a fucking moron and chooses a dinosaur. And then one's an even dumber moron and goes, I'm going to build a tractor, man. And then he turns into a tractor. And then he goes, I need to be unique. I need to stand out. And then turns into a fucking crab. It's not awesome anymore. It's like, why would you pick that as a beast mode? There is no reason. Like, you know, this isn't Beast Wars. And I feel like they're trying to force, you know, Beast Wars into this shit one way or another. So
Choose cool beast. I mean, choose a
You know-
fucking tiger. Choose a
you know-
fucking lion. I mean,
You know
damn.
what would make it cool? Let me paint the picture for you.
if like one of the Decepticons
the sun-
ate a monster,
The sun is setting, and the Autobots are hauling ass. They found out where the Decepticons are. They're going to have a brawl, and they're hauling ass. Sun's going down. They finally get to the location. It's midnight. It's dark night out. The moon's out. The whole bit, and the Decepticons emerge from their hidden location out onto maybe a beach. And the Autobots are on the opposite side of the beach. They emerge from their secret location, and it's a crab and a moose and a tractor, and the Autobots just laugh and walk away.
I picture the Decepticons landing on Earth. They're on the beach, right? One guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be this fucking shark," and he scans a shark, you know. And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be this," and he sees like this giant whale, but his friends fuck with him, push him, and he scans the crab and the whole time, and now it's just crab. We're like, "Yo, you mad, bro?" "No, I'm cool. I can like pinch stuff with my
I can pinch things.
I can pinch things, you know. I'm about as useful as Meg Griffin was when all the family members of Family Guy got superpowers."
Hey, Mr. Krabs is going to be voiced by Mr. T. I'm going to beat you on the ass, boy. Look, mighty fine on the team, boy.
Matt, do you know what you're awesome at? Impressions.
I'm not. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
I need work. I need to scan something that's going to get me around town fast. Dinosaur, work.
The dinosaur work.
Get out.
Wow, that was like really
What was that?
That was like
Good night,
Somebody whining?
folks.
somebody
All
like
right.
gave like the worst T-Pain impression. I get it. He's not that good.
best part
That
is,
shit was like T-Pain, man.
the best part is I may not actually edit out the gaps, so somebody out there probably stopped listening. You know.
So we're going to be talking about Masterpiece, G2 Bumblebee, and the Takara Megatron.
Yeah, we can skip Megatron because it's just the same one we talked about last week. But this G2 Bumblebee does this do it for anybody? Is anybody a big G2 fan?
Well, let me take a look at this.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but-
good.
No.
He's like, I'm good.
You know what I can say that's good about this?
With a jetpack. That's about it.
You know what's good about this? It wasn't painted red and called Cliff Jumper. That's the best thing I could say about it, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not even on the thing shit.
I wanna if they do a cliff jumper out of this mold, which I hope they do, but I want it to be retooled.
It has to be drastically retooled. I mean, we saw it. We saw someone who did something. You know, I don't know if that was official or whatever, but yeah, I can't just be a red Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, I agree.
Cop out if that happens.
I mean, I guess this is the logical thing to do with this mold, but I'm just not a G2 guy. Like when I was a kid, I hated G2. I didn't know about the comics or anything like that, but when I saw the toys, like I was like, why the fuck would they make Grimlock blue? Why don't they just fucking put him back out again? Like I didn't get it. I still kind of don't. I don't understand the people that buy toys of characters they know
the 90s
that are different colors, and then just because they like the colors, like. You know, like I like purple and black, but I don't want a purple and black Optimus. Like I want my Optimus to be fucking red and blue. You know, I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't appeal to me.
I'll be honest. I did like the G2 Sideswipe just because I did like the black Lamborghini and I liked his head. But on my shelf, he's not G2 Sideswipe. He's unnamed crazy gun-toting dude who we didn't see in G1. He's my Alpha Bravo. You know.
He's Alpha Bravo. He's Alpha Bravo. I love it.
He's your G2 Southwide, man. That's what he is.
I love it.
Masterpiece Alpha Bravo.
I hope it comes out. And y'all will get him, just like you'll get everything else.
Yeah, just like you got fucking
Hell Afro Bravo!
But yeah, the reason I don't need this is the same reason I don't have Tiger Track. Like, I don't really care about those characters, you know?
Yeah. I had the knockoff Tiger Tracks.
I thought about it.
It was the 90s. That's why. I mean, it was real colorful. That's why they're all colorful. They're all happy people. We're all one color. Yay! I don't.
It was a waste. I'll tell you. Like I regret buying that thing. The only thing that's cool about it now is I keep it transformed into vehicle mode, so I can use it as a comparison in reviews for what a masterpiece car size is like.
Yeah, I understand that.
And that's it. So he'll pay for himself, you know, as far as convenience. All right, moving right along. What's next? These PVC figures. I think I actually meant to delete this. Did anybody want to talk about these?
I don't even know what they are.
They're new PVC figures, Transformer Tiny Titans. It looks like you're getting Magnus Mirage, maybe. Terra Shock. I don't even know what that is. Superion, Starscream, Soundwave.
Oh, since it's like a copyright grab, that's what this is. They're just making sure they use the name so they keep their copyright and put out some shit product. Yeah, okay. I got it.
Fire, Cyclonus, Autobot Ratchet, not just Ratchet, but Autobot Ratchet, and Autobot Jazz. So I guess they already fucked up the copyrights on those, and Bumblebee.
Yeah, Autobot Jazz has been fucked up for a while now. So.
Gotcha.
That's why actually, if you the whatever that class Generations release had Autobot Jazz for that same reason. So.
Okay, so kind of the shock, well, not really shock, because we kind of had heard rumors that it was coming, but the internet buzz is all aflutter with news of a Generations Devastator. So, TFW, I'll read the thing from TFW. Board member Nova Beam has come to us this evening with new pricing information for some possible upcoming Transformer products. Thanks to his friend working at a Canadian Toys R Us, we've learned from their listings that the Transformers Generation Devastator has a list price of $179.99 Canadian.
That's more than much effect.
In addition, a listing was also second contest for $9.99, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, man, weren't they going for like $35 last time?
They sell them, and they couldn't fucking sell them then.
Yeah, that.
Toys R Us, the reissue of the Insecticons. Yeah, the Toys R Us one, they came up Scepter, it was like $35.
Yeah.
With the previous rumors that we've heard, we can probably work out what these are for ourselves. The Devastator is more likely the Combiner Wars Devastator with the hefty price tag, possibly lending more credence towards it being Titan class. As for the Insecticons, it is almost certainly the reissue set we had seen before. Unfortunately, though, we have no news just yet of the additional Conehead set that accompany that rumor. So, are we thinking...
So, hell Hasbro. Fuck yeah.
Is the Devastator going to combine? This is going to be my next question.
It has to.
I agree. I agree.
So that's 6 Voyager class figures. Damn.
Yeah, because think about it, six Voyagers at $25, So that's like $150, right? And then, you know, but then they mark up the price, I guess, as like a box set kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they throw in Prow at 7 figures.
I like the fact when they mentioned Devastator Titan class, it's that big ass like shampoo looking Optimus Prime.
Oh no.
All I
Yeah.
gotta say is
Two forms of articulation.
I've already started packing up my Hercules to sell. Just saying
Yeah,
that right
right.
now. And I'm fucking psyched for this shit, man. Fuck yeah, it's about time. Thank you, Hasbro.
I'll buy it off you if you sell it.
I was just kidding, though. I'm
No,
not selling Hercules.
Well, I mean,
but-
you could sell it to me and then ship it in a box with all the figures boxes around it, but ship
Hey.
Hercules combined with no packing. Show up just fine.
I'm excited. I hope the thing for the Decepticons, that's ridiculous. But maybe that's just Kmart. I'm hoping that when it hits other stores, that it may be cheaper. Gotta hope so. Yeah, I'm excited about Devastator. It's pretty. I hope he's as good as Hercules.
You know, a lot of people are making comments here about the price, and they're not remembering that this is Canadian, so it's got to be relatively less.
Not much.
Yeah, but still, it's like, you know, they're like, $99 for a platinum set of Insecticons. It's like, well, yeah, not really. It's going to be $100. It'll be a little less here.
I
It'll
don't think
probably
so.
be around 80.
85,
Yeah, I think they said
90.
80. I think it showed up at Kmart already. Or is that in Canada?
And
I don't
that
think they've
was
showed
that
up
was in UK. That was
No,
in
they
UK.
showed up at Kmart.
Oh, really?
Oh, did? Oh.
Yeah, they already had
Oh
sightings
yeah,
on
yeah.
on
It did,
TFW.
it
They
did.
had sightings of it. And they
That's
said it's like
what
$80.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Yeah.
That's it's the fucking it's the cubes, man. Those 3 little purple cubes. Man, they had to go up in price for that shit.
It's because somebody out there associates the platinum name with like high quality product anymore for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know who's doing that because every platinum figure has pretty well sat there. You know, like.
Oh, did you see? Hey, did you see how much MP Soundwave was for that Year of the Goat or whatever? Almost $200
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
for that clear version the Soundwave.
That shit just looks like it's
$108.
gonna
I think it's like $180.
What you're excited for.
Much like not stopping to
Not
pay.
excited anymore. No, not for $180. Fuck that shit. But I will probably get it. Yeah, I'm money bags.
Really?
Oh my god, dude, your
Matt,
wife's gonna
don't
kill
get
you.
that.
When it's on sale
Don't even get it then. Don't work for
for
that.
$150, I'll get it.
Oh my
No,
god.
dude, you could like totally like feed 30 homeless people for what you would pay for that thing on clearance.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Probably
feel good
not. I
about
probably
yourself
won't find
after, you know.
They're probably only gonna have
Yeah.
like 2. They're probably gonna have 2 per store, so I'm probably not even gonna find it anyway. So
Oh, I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah, that's what people said about Sunstorm, dude. Now it's like kids use it as a way to step up and look at the new WWE figures, you know?
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
True.
one, man.
But I think that we'll probably see this at Toy Fair if it's legit.
Yep.
When's
I think
Toy
so,
Fair
too.
again?
February.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Probably. Because
Which is
you think they'll do a box
Okay.
set for it, like you said? You think they do a box
Yeah,
set?
I think it'll be a box set. I'm pretty sure it'll be a box set.
Oh, for around Christmas.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like this price tag's a little bit like for the even though it is 5, Voyager class figures supposedly, like that price tag is still a pretty steep one to try to sell people on. You know,
Yeah.
this is.
well, look at it this way, right? You have a choice. You could either get this set and get your Devastator, right? Or spend that same amount of money for one BotCon exclusive. You're gonna win either way.
That's true.
Not really.
I mean, the process, yeah, but, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. They're just, the people, they're not into the, the game, the toys anymore. They're veering off to the video games and everything. But then when you start putting stuff out like this, like $200 for a Transformer, I mean, parents are gonna be like, I'm good on that. I can get an Xbox One almost for that much money.
Yeah, I feel like this is too steep. Like it's not going to sell to the parents and kids for the most part.
No, this is
Right.
for the fans
Specifically a
itself,
collector's thing, but even then, like, I don't know. I mean, they got it. If this is designed to be for the collector, like, then this thing needs to freaking knock it out of the park. You know, like,
Oh hell yeah!
this needs to be the best, you know, Hercules-sized Devastator anyone's ever seen. So
You're gonna get 5 generations combined award prime and just purple and green paint decos.
it
Do
probably
you
will
think
have.
this is Hasbro trying to, say, hey, we're tired of third party, getting all the good shit. We're going to try it now.
I've heard
But
that.
it may be too late.
I've heard that before. That that's their attempt to be like, you like this, well, let's show you what we can do, but fucking prove it. Put some pictures out or something. Like, tired.
Just
of
because it says Hasbro don't mean it's going to be good. I said
You
that.
got
I
that
know.
right.
Oh
Wow.
my god! I think
There's
I'm
your
the
intro
hardest-
there. Just-
Freaking news.
that's what you play before we do the intro music, Justin.
Yeah, play
Just
that
because it
in.
says Hasbro doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
Bobby,
Yes.
how long does it take to get a paramedic here?
I'm just saying, man, Hasbro's been disappointing me lately. Y'all know that shit. I collect
Oh my god,
Transformers,
this
man.
guy is becoming more third party every
I
episode.
know. See, he gets tainted, man. He gets that third party taint on him, and then
Then I'll get to the third party thing, and then they'll kick me off the show. I'll be like, well, we don't need you now anymore. We can't argue with you. Shit, you agree everything we say.
That's not why we have you on the show, Matt.
Yeah. God. No, I mean, yeah, just Hasbro. It's the R&D line, man. Like I said, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, I know it's for the kids, but fucking Hasbro, man. God. Next one, what are we talking about now?
I was gonna raise so I watched a YouTube video recently, and I would shout the guy out if I knew him, but he's not really, he didn't strike me as my kind of guy anyway. But he raised a good point. Like he collects vintage figures. He loves G.I. Joe, loves Star Wars, loves, I think, Mask and Thundercats and He-Man and all that kind of shit. But he bashed Transformers. And it pissed me off because I'm a Transformers fan. But I'd be lying to you if I said that it didn't make sense. Because it kind of did, what he was saying. But he was like, how can you expect a company like Hasbro to care about a franchise that has been a complete bastardized property from day one, where they went somewhere, they found other things, they shoehorned it into what they wanted it to be, and they made it that way, and they didn't care if the toys looked like the cartoons then, and they don't care if the toys look like the representations of whatever comics, cartoons, whatever they're trying to match now. So why would anyone be upset or surprised when they fail to meet your expectations when they never really have? Anybody have any thoughts, comments, courtesies, or concerns?
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I completely understood where it's going. But on the other hand, like, while it is a bastardized line, it was a well executed, fiction, I guess, at the time for what it was intending to be. So I don't know. I understand his point. I definitely understand it. But
Oscar, I thought you might have. I thought this might evoke some of that famous Latin passion.
All right.
Well, first I have to care about what this guy's saying. Now, with all due respect to him, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. We said this before in the podcast. I don't see. Here's the thing. Like, I don't think they were bastardized, but in the end, they were brought over here for one purpose. That was to make money. And in the end, you could go with the old-fashioned mythos of, every corporation, every big corporation like Hasbro really isn't going to give two shits about what the consumer wants unless it's like a mass concern. And, we've seen how they, quote-unquote, address those. Excuse me. So, like, for him to sit there and say, like, it's a bastardized line, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree. I kind of disagree with it. I see where he's coming from, but it's like, like, I haven't seen this guy shit either, so I can't even sit there and say that he was a fan or not.
No, yeah, that's another thing. He wasn't a huge fan. He did like, and that was another point. Like he was like, these are the Transformers I had as a kid, and it was probably like 15. Actually, it might have been even less. And he showed them, and he was like, "This is how many were in the show," and then he took that down to like 10, 8 or 7. and he was like, "This is how many were in the show after the movie," and he took it down to like 2, you know, and then he kind of went from there, which is like,
Well, I mean, kind of. Well, okay. See, this is where I would like, if I ever met this individual and debated him, I would like to sit there and say, well, constitute your definition of them being in the shows. Do they have to have, speakable lines?
I think the ones that he had were like, Camshaft or somebody, or you know what I mean, one of those like
Melloway things.
Right. It was but it was something like that.
He was in the show.
I mean, every cartoon did that. They got rid of their old stuff and they got room for the new stuff. I mean, that was just, G.I. Joe did it. I mean, everybody. I mean, I know the movie, killed off a lot of characters, but you just couldn't keep all these people around for a couple of years and expect to sell anything. I mean, you had to bring in new stuff. It sucked they had to die, but I mean, I don't see the bastard, about that or anything. But sorry,
it comes across like he starts sitting there and he starts taking away fucking figures, saying that this is how many were in the show and this is how many were after the fucking movie. It sounds less and less like I'm a fan and this is why I'm not happy with this franchise, and it comes across more like just a really snob and uptight
it was a very douchey kind of approach to it all. But I had to say that it was something that I had never really thought about before. With the exception of Barbarian and Space, He-Man has kind of always stayed true to the He-Man aesthetics. Even the 2000 He-Mans, and then Master of the Universe Classics, and of course Master of the Universe, and all that. It all kind of.
But that was like an original created property here in the States, correct? Because I'm not that familiar with He-Man. Before I go,
right? Yes, but that's kind of his point. Is that that's why a company like Mattel is going to take more pride in that franchise or in that character, is because they created it, they know it. It's their baby, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas Optimus Prime was, whatever, the convoy, Hiroshima, and they made him Optimus Prime after they, bought the rights to use it. You know what I mean?
Right,
so they're not as vested in it.
Right. Well, we can't sit there and say if making a character by the name of Convoy would have moved as well as naming him Optimus Prime. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that for a fact, and obviously neither does our friend in this video.
No,
so
I think not only I think we can make a sound argument that he wouldn't, because it's really the fiction that was moving the toy.
Right. I mean, a lot of these storylines were not very well known prior to becoming Transformers. So.
Exactly, but that doesn't negate what he's saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like he's saying, he's not debating that the fiction is good, and he's I guess what he's saying is that this is it's a property that has kind of been constantly used, used like a prostitute. They took somebody else's toy and used that.
Well, I'm glad they did.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Well, no, I'm sorry, but I mean to say that I'm glad they fucking that Hasbro got them, because we wouldn't have. I don't think Transformers would be around if they even got them.
I agree.
I agree too. I agree too.
So thank God they got them, and we have them for 30+ years now. So,
but do you think that is why they can make such drastic changes, or that the culture is not as attached to a quote unquote authentic representation, because from day one the toys haven't been very, very accurate representations of the characters? Like He-Man as a kid, the toy looked a lot like He-Man in the cartoon, but Brawn didn't, and you just kind of are okay with that. And now today, when shit doesn't look right, you're just kind of okay with it. Like Generations RC is kind of sort of shoehorned supposed to be IDW RC.
But is it like Transformers a little different to make than just a plastic piece of a human being? You have to make.
But they've proven they can do it accurately if they want to. Brainstorm would be a perfect example.
Yeah, I mean that's Hasbro.
I don't know. Like in the Japanese animated cartoons, Brainstorm had a mouth.
No. I'm talking about, but they're trying to make him the IDW Brainstorm.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, all right.
So
they can. They can. But And I'm not in there, making the decision, so I don't know what they're thinking, most of the time.
But when they make Spider-Man, or they make Superior Spider-Man, or they make some really niche Spider-Man, that motherfucker looks like Spider-Man. Darth Vader looks like Darth Vader. But they don't take those sort of liberties with them that they will take on Transformers.
But could you imagine if they try to change up Darth Vader or Spider-Man?
That's the point. That is the point.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if they try to change up, Transformers, I don't know if they have. I know they don't have a huge fan base like Star Wars and Spider-Man does, but
I think has a fan base that's comparable with Star Wars and Spider-Man.
I mean, Spider-Man has been around for a long, a little long.
I'm not saying that it has a longevity comparable to Spider-Man, but it has a fan base comparable.
Well, I mean, do you think Transformers will be around for another 30 years?
That's a hell of a question.
No.
I mean, could you see them?
Nope. I see it dying. I see Hasbro abandoning this shit like they did fucking G.I. Joe, brother.
Really?
I do, yeah. I do. I see this shit going away into obscurity.
I hate to say it, but I think Oscar's right there.
Yeah,
I see them just not giving.
But you don't see anybody picking it up again. I mean, you don't think third party will keep on making toys?
Oh, they probably will, but they'll be even more expensive now because they'll either be more expensive or they'll try to compete with one another.
So you don't see another big company trying to take it. If Hasbro drops them, you don't see somebody picking Transformers up.
I don't see anyone being able to afford that license.
Yeah, and for a fact that if let's take G.I. Joe for example. Like if someone, some company here were to try to take their own take on G.I. Joe, and Hasbro could legally flex muscle, they would, because that's free income. You sue them and you get their money. So,
well, could you see them? Could you see Hasbro I want to say if they do want to stop making Transformers, maybe I might want to say outsourcing, and give up licensings to other companies to make them. I do
think that's a real possibility coming up. Yeah, I do think that that's something that is probably...
Give them to third parties, fans projects or fans toys.
It would be nice, but it's I think that needs that needs for them to have a big business shakeup, because they're funny about they'll license out tons of shit, but as soon as it actually transforms, as soon as the transformation is the gimmick, then they get fucking funny about it. Yeah. And I don't get that at all.
Well, then I don't see them giving up that easily. Then, if they get all picky,
I don't think they're going to give it up easily. There's a lot of money being made. There's jobs being produced as a result of Transformers. It hasn't.
I know. I mean, I still think they're going to be around. I say at least another 20 years, because the movies are still doing good.
I think you're being generous, and you're a fool.
I think you got the movies coming up. I mean, you still got 6. You got 5 and 6
the movies are going to represent the movie figure line. No one's going to know, dude. Nothing spoke more volume. Hold on. Nothing spoke more volumes to me when a kid went to Toys R Us, back in I'm going to say shortly after Age of Extinction premiered in theaters, and I was in Toys R Us, and this kid walked in with his parent. And basically, the kid grabbed the fucking one of the 2000 Evolution set Bumblebees that were out at the time, and he was all excited. He got his little fucking Bumblebee, and then the dad goes ahead and leans over and he grabs I believe it's one of the 2000 Voyager class fucking Blitzwings. He goes, "What about this one, son?" He goes, "Well, he wasn't in the movie." So already, boom, your generation figures of fucking of any kind, whether it be updated on a G1 figure or that of a fucking IDW comic take on the character, that's out the window, because this kid doesn't associate Blitzwing with the IDW brand, or he's not going to associate he's not going to know what Combiner Wars are. He really isn't. He's gonna know more about the fucking, the weird fucking 10-legged fucking robot that transforms into a race car, and his name's Jazz. So I think they're fucked, dude. They're gonna straight up abandon this shit in about 10 years, like they have with G.I. Joe. They are just about done with G.I. Joe, aren't they? They won't even go to G.I. Joe Con and fucking do an exclusive, any of that shit, dude.
Yeah, but I think what Matt's saying is that they'll still be around, and I do agree in that sense that it will have evolved. But I think that a more potent point to why they not is because the fucking numbers weren't performing well. The movie performed well. It performed super well internationally. It did end up getting trumped out here, thank God, but it performed very well internationally. But the toys didn't. And if it's men lie, women lie, numbers don't kind of thing. Like if the fucking, if at the end of the day, if they're not meeting the expectations of their shareholders, they're going to have to do what they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it don't either.
Yeah,
I
absolutely. I don't think.
it.
Our podcast it'll be a reminiscing show.
Sometimes I feel it already is. Hail Hasbro.
Where are we at time? Where are we at time wise? T2.
Hour and a half.
No.
Yeah, like close to an hour and a half, I'd say.
I guess we could do one more topic. So I was thinking in terms of third party companies and where are they now, and in comparison to where were they when they started, and what kind of track do they are they on? So what companies do you guys think are making improvements and headed towards the long haul?
Impossible Twist.
and
Who made those Tetra Jets?
You mean Megaform? And what companies do you think are
Yeah, they haven't have done anything yet.
Are taking a beating, and maybe their days are numbered?
I think Fans Project is here to stay. Like for long.
Well, that's not really the question, though. Like, do you think that Fans Project is still improving?
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but I'm going with, and I hate to say this, but KFC.
Yeah.
I mean, you started, when they started out with the tapes, God dang, the tapes. But now, I mean,
I changed
you
that.
have, the bigger they go, the better they're getting. I mean, Sancho, Barbosa.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Sharks, you got, the new Blaster came out. I don't know what else they got coming out anytime soon. But
or I guess X Transbots, if you consider them all the same thing.
Yeah.
Megatron will be their next.
So I mean, I have to say KFC is maybe they're not doing like Fans Toys. Fan Toys is striving, I think, the best probably. But KFC, I have to give them a little tip of the hat, saying they're doing a little better. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna change that. I think it's Unique Toys. They started out with a crappy.
Yeah, I like Unique Toys too.
Yeah, Unique Toys is definitely on an incline. They're definitely on an incline.
With their combiners and stuff coming out, yeah.
I think Fans Toys is on an incline. Like they're constantly improving, constantly making a good product.
I think FP is kind of I think they're leveling out.
See, I think so too.
I tend to agree. I'm less excited for Fans Project than I used to be. Like, I still love their products, but it almost hurts me to say
they're not declining.
Yeah, they're just not. To me, they're not number one anymore. Yeah.
They're just kind of they're kind of settling for the Yeah, we're good, but we know we're good, so we're just gonna be like
they
that.
got complacent, I think.
Yeah.
And I think they're taking a fucking ass whipping. I think that
the Dinobots.
The Dinobots are killing me. The Quantron is cool, but there's not one figure in that set that's as enjoyable to me as that Turbo Ejector is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you think the Aguirre?
Whoa.
What do you got, Oscar?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Ant?
No, I was just saying. Do you think the Aguirre is declining?
I think that iGear has basically fully moved on to Toy World, and I think Toy World's taking an ass whipping.
Toy World is an interesting thing to me because some of their stuff has been amazingly well done, like the Throttle Bots.
Yep.
And
If
then
they
like
finish it.
if they finish it, yeah,
exactly.
and that's one of the problems. Like, well, where the hell are the? Why do you keep showing other things? Or, like as much as I like my Grant, like why did he come out before something else? Like why? That's what I don't understand. But, yeah, I don't know. They're a mystery to me because like I don't know. I think it's whoever designs the throttle bots is actually improving, not the actual company.
And
What about
I've
sorry.
heard that their sales haven't done well.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Like I'm hearing from like third party dealers like that like the Toy World product is just not moving. Like their Dinobots aren't really moving. Their headmasters aren't really moving. Like the Grant moved, but I think that moved on the strength of it being an exclusive.
Right, exactly.
About it. Yep.
And I think that company is suffering. I think that the iGear Raptors, I think that probably punished them a good bit because that's a huge. It's not that they're bad; they seem to be good. Yeah, but it's just so much of an investment, because only Matt can bear to have one of them. Most people are like, fuck, I gotta get 6 of these things.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and like if they did like when I talked to because the Kate whatever the guy that fucking he hit the guy with a million names who's an awesome dude, but he's the one that designed it. He said they were doing all every fucking Seeker possible and Predator and all that kind of shit, and so I was gonna get the Predators, like the G2 ones that were in Last Stand of the Records, just to have a representation of them, but it doesn't seem like they're fucking coming, and I'm guessing they're not coming because they took a fucking ass whipping.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're pretty expensive. I mean,
they're expensive.
Well, that is basically what hurts a lot of these companies is the price on some of these things, because they put a lot of time and effort into it, man, but it's at the same time, dude, it's like, yeah, that looks fucking sweet, but it's like, wow, $120 price tag, or the iGear Raptors is like, this is where I'm telling you right now, iGear flourished, and I don't see them really I don't see them making that lightning strike twice. But again, these look really, really nice, and they're great figures. But, 3 of these guys were released individually, and then the other ones, the Coneheads, they have this reputation now with third-party companies that they're kind of hard to find, so they only sell them as a set. And I don't know, accessibility is what hurts a lot of these guys. We go back to Toy World and their inability to finish their fucking combiner because it feels like their developers have ADD. And they're all into doing it. Like, oh, look, prototype for our Throttlebot combiner. Then they decide to stop it because we got to release Roar. And they got to get they got to get all intuitive, fucking all inventive with the fucking display box that they're going to ship it out. And so, they of course picked up their favorite Omaha Steaks cooler that they really received and fucking stuck a toy in it. Which makes no fucking sense to me. All right, I'm done.
You got Utopia, $400. People just don't have $400 for a toy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, we sit there, we say it at the end of every podcast, please collect responsibly, which you can. If you give yourself a ground set of rules, if you want something new, something old's got to go. And it kills me when I see on some of these Facebook posts, how do you balance your bills and your hobby? Dude, the bills should come first.
Oh, yeah, there should be a question about that.
That's a no fucking brainer. You should not have to put your fucking your cell phone bill behind a month and a half.
If your electricity's behind 3 months, you have problems.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to put anything behind just for the sake of fucking scoring a goddamn Kubar from Fans Project, dude. Like that should nothing should be sacrificed for a fucking third party figure. I'm sorry. They look great and stuff, but it's like in the end, it's like, why would you do that? Like, why is that question even being asked? And I'm not knocking the guys that ask it. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of a no-brainer reply to that question.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like, MMC.
What about TFC? Yeah, I was gonna say TFC.
Well, see, TFC is another prime example. Like, I wonder how they're doing because people do not seem interested in this Defensor set at all. Like, I can kind of gauge off of like the videos. Like, I got fucking my Red Cross videos. I'm the second one up with it. and it's not performing super well. And the comments on it, like from people saying like, looks cool, not getting it. You know what I mean? Like
it looks. I'm sorry, but it looks terrible. It looks derpy.
I don't think so.
I don't think
if I wasn't interested,
lagging out.
You were lagging. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby. Bobby.
No. You started lagging too, so just go ahead.
No, I mean, like, you know, I don't know. Like, it's getting to the point where third parties gonna be like that, you know, swank, like, you know, $100 a plate restaurant where it's like some people go and be like, man, that like the food is so good there, and then it's like, well, you know, I don't like what they're serving. It's becoming an acquired taste. You know what I mean? Like, I like that fucking First Aid figure. I think it looks fucking great. Like, that hydrant, they fucked up that. But it's like, okay, well, if I want this Defensor, which is a G1 figure I never owned, you know, I got to get this big blocky bitch. But when I combine him in Defensor, he's going to look pretty fucking sweet. You know, until the upgrade set's released.
Well, you know, look, I'll talk a quick side note about that. If we've noticed, they didn't do an upgrade set for Predaking.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like this Defensor is going to need one either.
Yeah.
But the problem is I don't know. And like they're announcing Ironhide and Ratchet next. My guess is that they're worried about their longevity if they continue with another combiner set.
Yeah, I mean that's all they put out, isn't it? I mean, what else?
No, they put out that camera you had to have, Matt. They put out that shit. And they put out that 6-gun piece, which was just not for me.
Of crap.
Yeah, not for me at all.
I kind of echo those statements. Like, you know, TFC is a company to me that has, you know, I like their products, but they.
I did not buy it. I'm sorry to cut you off, Justin.
Okay.
But yeah, I did not buy it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that they're a company that I like their products, but I do not feel with any of their products that they've really improved much. Like, you know, like maybe a little bit here and there, but
like
for the most part, their combiners are all very simplistic, straightforward toys. You know.
Yeah.
Like they're one project away from fucking going bankrupt.
That's the way it seems.
I mean, TFC, like they're not, you know, they're good products, in which I like. You know, I have, you know, the combiners and everything, the Herc and Superion, but you're feeling like they're not making that stride. So if they have one bad project,
can you hear this? Fuck, forget it. Go ahead.
Is that your big purple butt plug?
Are you rolling around the floor with your microphone?
No, I was trying to rip a fucking gnarly fart, and like by the time it got down there, it was ruined. Anyway.
Man, change your underwear quick. I used to.
Okay. Go ahead, Matt. Yeah, the
no, I would just say they're one bad project away from, you know, losing everything. I mean, it seems like they're not making strides.
Their reputation is such shit. Like it's a bad tattoo that they can't seem to get rid of. And I think that, like, I agree with Justin in the sense that, like, you know, it seems like their improvements have been small, but I feel like the fucking Defensor set has been their biggest leaps and bounds improvement-wise in general, as far as just engineering and stuff like that. Like, I think it's leaps and bounds above their other stuff. But
I would say engineering, it does feel that way, but when it comes to other parts of it, like,
right.
Yeah, like
with the paint, yeah, I agree with you.
But
that's what I'm saying, is that it may be too little, too late.
Yeah.
And with that Make Toys, like, right on their ass, and like, you know, they've been feuding. Like, TFC and fucking Fans Project / Make Toys have been feuding. Like, you know, it seems like they're gonna, you know, Make Toys and them are gonna have the last laugh, even though I don't feel like they're in a position to crack a whole lot of jokes themselves.
Yeah.
With these other companies.
What's left on Defensor? Blades?
Yeah,
Blades.
One more piece.
And that is going to be, for me, like, the deal breaker of this set, because I've liked the way these figures for this set have looked. You know, yeah, Hydra's like fucking blocky and shit, but for me, it's going to be like, what are you going to do with those propellers? Because every take on a helicopter brand Transformer has been like, and it's killed me, because it's like, you know, hey, where do you expect it to fucking go? It's been like the propellers on the actual helicopter. Like, I like my Generations World Voyager class figure. Again, back is riddled with just some helicopter blades dangling there. Well, what's TFC gonna fucking do?
No, it's gonna be on his arm. It's on his arm.
Well, that's killing me already. Because that's just, well, if I'm going to blow $100 on that, then I guess I shouldn't feel that bad because I bought a fucking Fall of Cybertron Vortex, which has the same shit.
It's definitely a choice. But I for one, kind of like it on his arm. But I see where you're going with that.
If it was removable, it'd be great. But if it's a permanent
it might
fixture,
be that it might be. I can see how that would be the case. But it just seems like a lot of these companies are, maybe this is what people were talking about when they're talking about the bubble bursting. It does seem like a lot of these companies might be in trouble. It does seem like Toy World / iGear might be in trouble. It does seem like TFC is in trouble. It does seem like a lot of these up and coming companies might not make it. This, like the before and afters, maybe the Iron Factories, like that kind of stuff, the Mega Steel, and all that kind of stuff. And then it does also feel like Fans Project and them have kind of become
step your shit up.
Yeah, and I don't know. It does seem kind of weird right now.
Oh, we got to sit back and see what happens. Go ahead.
It's like a third-party shakeup in the industry.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it was Fan Project #1, and all of a sudden now it's Fans Toys.
That there's a third-party shakeup in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't notice, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I was talking about what I got this week, usually I used to ship my pile of loots by Masterpieces and Fans Project, and one of the things that's been in my pile of loot the longest is that Fans Project, what's his name? Mindwipe. Just sitting there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that was, that Mindwipe in comparison to their fucking Dinobots is superior.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Mindwipe a lot, but
yeah, I did too.
But the Mindwipe, I'll be honest, when I think of Fans Project, like what I'm thinking of right now, like if somebody were to mention their names, I think of my disappointment with their fucking Dinobots. I don't think about how much I liked Mindwipe or or Revolver.
Which Dinobot's next? Is it Snarl for Fans Project?
I think it's Swoop.
Is it Swoop?
Yeah, Swoop.
So
yeah,
if this one is not as good as not making the strive, are you done?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Or do you have to get all of them?
Here's the thing. In a way, I feel like I'm kind of done now. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not happy with the two of them that I have, but I'm not comfortable selling Sludge because he's such a piece of shit that, like, I'm not.
You think you get that PM notification on your phone about eBay, and then it's like, I just received your item today. He's looser than expected. Can I get a return? Thanks.
Not just that, but, like, I'm so, like, I would feel bad just as a human being. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to ask a price that was, like, that was fair to both me and, like, maybe 70 shipped,
right.
Like, I know that if it was me and I was on the other end of that fucking, fucking high speed jack, when I got this fucking thing in the mail, I'd be furious.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable putting another person in that spot, but at the same time, I don't want 2 out of fucking 5 Dinobots, so, like, I don't know what the fuck to do at this point in revolving in regards.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I am because I bought that piece of shit Sludge and I used a nail polish trick to straighten out his legs, which I should not have had to have done for $100 toy. We're not making excuses for these companies, I ponied up about $115 to get that bastard shipped out here, I shouldn't have to fucking tighten anything, but it was done. And because I'm not gonna sit there with just one fucking Dinobot and go like, well, Toy World's got this, and I'm gonna get the Fans Project set. I'm gonna buy Cube Warpath. I'm gonna buy their Swoop. I'm gonna buy their fucking Grimlock. I'm gonna buy their Snarl and their Flapper.
Flapper. Yeah.
So I mean, to me, I don't know. It just feels like it's not a never-ending battle, but a losing one. And I'm just gonna have to go with what's released because I'm at the point now where my ability to collect's been so limited that it's like, all right, I'm gonna complete them per set. I'm gonna basically ignore everything else I come across and just buy what it is that I'm interested in. Like, I want to finish my TFC combiner. This would be my first TFC combiner ever. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Now and my Fans Project said, you know what? I'm gonna get every Dinobot they make. I may only have one. But it's not like I could sell it and make a decent amount back on it for what I paid for it,
Yeah.
So,
and I will say that Defensor, like, joint wise is shaping up really nicely. Like the joints on, like the thigh joints on the main body piece are crazy. Like, you know, like they're tight like a tiger. So that is reassuring.
One thing I want to ask, because we haven't really touched on it, what do you guys feel MMC? Do you think that they continue to improve, or they
can do no wrong. Shut your mouth. No.
Well, see, I feel that's the thing. I feel like MMC has the stigma on it that they can do no wrong. But if you actually look at their track record, minus, you know, the fact that Feral Rex, you know, is 5 individual bots, like, you know, they've had as many losses as they've had wins, almost, you know? So
yeah, I agree. I was just getting ready to say, like, I think with MMC, like, Feral Rex is a goddamn piece of art, you know? But Feral Rex is only going to take them... Yeah, Hexatron, too. Good. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, that's a sexy bitch right there.
They are, like, you know, they can't... That doesn't mean that they get a... You know, that those two out of the park things are, you know... It's just like it's Benny the Bridge Builder. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For those listening, Benny the Bridge Builder built 1 million bridges. And then he sucked one dick, and now he's Benny the Dick Sucker. You know what I mean? Like
that Feral Rex will go so far. I mean, he's great for last year.
You make it sound like this year. You make it sound like he was used to be a friend of yours, and it's like he sucked that one dick, and you felt bad, but it was like, sorry, bro.
But you know, it's just, you know, like it's just.
Transformer fans are like that. You know, you were good last year, but what do you got for me now?
People are like that. You know, what have you done for me?
Yeah, everybody's like that. But
what have you done for me lately? You know, like Feral Rex is phenomenal. Hexatron is phenomenal. Azalea is getting by. Azalea is that C student.
I feel like the engineering on Azalea was pretty good. You know, like what they tried to do, but I don't think it worked. You know.
Yeah, but you know, the cool thing about MMC is that they do feel like they're to me anyway, it feels like they're shifting gears, and like they're just totally like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna do stuff that nobody else is gonna do. We're gonna do masterpiece stuff, but we're gonna make it look studio oxish, and we're gonna do fucking regular bots and shit, but we're going straight after that IDW universe, and we're making them top shelf. And if like the DJD comes out like $1 million, I mean that'll be another, you know, Feral Rex for them.
Sure.
Because it's such a niche character that's so fan popular. You know, it's like a team of Deadpools.
One of the things that I also, you know, I got to give MMC credit for, that I think they do better than any other company, is every single time I've you know, like with Feral Rex, when there was something wrong, the next one came with add-ons to fix what was a problem. You know, they didn't just like neglect it. Yes. Like, I mean, TFC did that. But like those were problems.
I was say, did he do with Herc? Did he do with the Herc also?
They did. Yes. They did it for, but they only did it for like Exgraver, and they did it for whatever, the long haul, right? So like, yeah, I don't know.
But you felt like if nobody would have said anything, TFC probably would have not done that for everybody. They're probably that little bastard company.
Well, they did do that. They just released them in the form of upgrade sets, so everyone could shut their mouth.
Yeah, and the thing is like, you know, MMC hasn't. There was no like, you don't need to buy, you know, Tigris to get the fix for Fortis. You know, like it was a separate bag. Whereas like TFC was very much like, well, you know, you want to fix that X-Graver, you better go ahead and buy the long haul. You know, like, like we extort you to fix your figure. So
what do y'all think about that company Hasbro? What they're going to do and stuff?
Well, we already talked that we were not sure if they were even going to.
Oh, okay. Good night, folks.
But like, you know, I don't know. I think that you know, our top contenders last year were Fans Project, Fans Toys, and MMC. You know, with their competitors way in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's the same anymore. I think that it's Fans Toys that's like leading the charge by a fucking long shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have kind of MMCs rounding the corner on their last lap, and then, you know, everybody else is kind of behind them. And I don't even feel like, I feel like Fans Project is like, you know, like I really feel like they're like one pit stop away from throwing the race.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, they're like one big disappointment away from probably people not paying attention to them anymore,
Yep.
which is unfortunate because, you know, they have been the front runner for so long. And
they do make an interesting, unique design.
yeah, and it like, I almost feel like I'm saying something wrong by saying that, you know, like,
Right.
like
Just
I'm
also get
supposed to
those
love
headband
this
strips.
company that started the whole third party thing pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they started the I guess like
Add-on
call
kits.
it commercial viable success of
Yeah.
of, you know, more than just, you know, well, transforming things, I guess. So
I just want them to get them headmasters out. I'll be good. The rest of
And
it.
that's another thing is like, you know, with the amount of people that are putting out shit, you got to be a little bit more choosy.
yeah, and another, you know, like Fans Project has never ever been good at actually like telling, you know, keeping fans in, you know, any kind of contact or anything like that. And like,
Or
this is
hardly
not
any
the
of them.
time to do that, you know, like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the fact that like, you know, before when you only had 4 or 5 companies, you know, you could pretty much make a sweep across the board and then get everything you want.
yeah.
But now it's like, you know, I'll look at it like who is it by? Fans Toys pre-ordered. Who is it by? MMC pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Who is it by? Anybody else? Well, what else is coming out that month? 'Cause
Yeah.
I gotta think about this shit.
That's the same reason I don't have the Warbitron Afterburner at this point, because there's so many other things that to me are in front of it that, you know, like I can't afford to get every single thing that I would like to have.
Speaking
I mean,
of,
do you even see Fans Toy even? I mean, do you even see them slowing down? I mean, they still got the Red Star Dinobots. If they knock it out of the park with, you know, Perceptor and Reflector, I mean, they're going to be untouchable this year.
you know,
I mean-
if Fans Toys were to step up their productivity and iron out the last little kinks in their QC problems, I could see myself letting go of a lot of third-party shit and just following them exclusively.
Mhm.
Like, if they were putting out one figure a month, you know, like, if they were able to get to that level,
Yeah.
a lot of these other companies that I support would be in big fucking trouble.
Bobby,
Oh.
honestly, between your Takara masterpieces and Fans Toys, like, I have almost sold off my entire, like, thought of selling off the entire Classics collection that I liked for the longest period of time. Like, you know, like, don't need this, don't need that, you know?
Yep.
Because you know what? It's gonna, if I did that, that would fund the third-party stuff that I really want at this
Yeah.
point.
And I was going to say, speaking of Warbitron, like, what's funny to me about Warbitron
Oh, yeah.
is Warbitron, to me, is in the exact same place that they were last year, which is uncertainty. Like,
They're not
Again,
getting
there's
stuff out.
there's another fine example of them not getting to the fucking point, and where
Exactly.
they should by now, in my opinion, they should have finished their fucking combiner. They're not Bruticus. That they should have just been done with it.
Yeah.
or at the
yeah.
very least, at the very fucking least,
Vortex. Have been out.
got Vortex out instead of Afterburner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that to me, that makes me feel
Or
very
under better circumstances, maybe you'll have a fucking combiner that's only missing that one arm that is fucking Vortex. But again, you have like, you know, and people will sit there and say it's because of this and because of this. No, bullshit. If you can sit there and produce prototypes as fast as they did, how hard can it be to seriously get it like down to the assembly line and get it the fuck out of there?
Well, what blows me away is that, like,
As
it
ignorant as
seems-
that sounds, and I
it
apologize.
seems like they're fucking struggling to get these last couple pieces out, like Vortex and Onslaught. And Onslaught, to me, Onslaught is the fucking linchpin that will determine their fucking reputation forever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, what's crazy to me is while it seems so uncertain and the ground seems so shaky, the fucking packaging for Afterburner is fucking redonkulous.
It's a masterpiece.
It's fucking crazy. It's packaged. It's the best packaged third party piece I've ever received in my life. The fucking box is like leather bound. The fucking
Why? See, look, there's my beef with that. Like, why would you go through so much trouble for something that a majority of it, it's safe to say about 90%, at least 80%, 85% of these sales are through online retailers. You know, like
Right.
package appeal is effective at most in a retail store.
Right.
You know, unless I don't know about this, someone please correct me, but I don't remember BBTS or TF stores having a brick and mortar store.
Or a picture of the box as for even their pre-sale. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
here it is. This is coming. This is what the packaging looks like. Like I don't even think I ever saw the packaging until I got it in my house.
And I think it was Justin that told me, like, you know, oh, if they just change the packaging, it won't do much in the price. And you know what? You're probably fucking right. But I'll tell you what, it would change the amount of time it takes them to get their fucking product out to the people that want it, and maybe help establish their reputation as a reputable, fucking and reliable
I'm telling you,
manufacturer.
This Warbitron piece, if they change the packaging of it, it would definitely affect the price. Okay, so let me describe it for you. For this, I should have included it in the review, but I knew the review was going to be long anyway. But like, okay, so it comes with, all right, it's a black box. Outside of the black box is a like piece of brown, almost like recycled looking paper that's like a strip that encompasses it like a bow one way around, and then it has Warbitron 03 printed on it. So that paper is like sticky, like adhesively stuck together. So you peel that apart, and then you get to take the wrapper off. Then you have the box. The box has like a flip up lid that has like, you know, art all on it. You open the flip up lid, you can see through the window case or whatever the figure underneath. And in order to get the figure underneath, there's a fucking fabric tab that you can put your fucking finger in and pull the leather-bound box out, which holds. I mean, I don't know if it's proper leather, but it's at the very least pleather, which holds the casing. And then you take that out. Then you take the casing out, and then you open up the clamshell, and then there's the figure. It's gorgeous. It feels like you're buying like Versace shoes or some shit.
But they're not. It's a fucking
Exactly. It's fucking unnecessary, and it's especially unnecessary when you haven't put out the middle piece of a combiner that everybody is fucking chomping at the bit to get for a number of reasons to finish their combiner and to decide if they want to continue supporting your fucking.
Yeah, that's another reason that I haven't bought into Afterburner. I'm like, well, before I do that, let me make sure that they actually know how to make a combiner at this point. Like putting combining ports on, you know, to make legs and hands and stuff is one thing, but you know, like we need the actual center bot. Like, how's he gonna do? You know?
Yeah, and
how pissed off is it going to be if Nose Cone comes out before the next two pieces?
Which will probably fucking happen, Matt.
I mean,
as
seem
pseudo
like Vortex is coming next, but
Vortex is soon. I think Vortex
you
will
guys
be
realize
about
we
2 weeks.
still haven't received finished color pictures of Onslaught.
Yeah, no, I realize that. Yeah.
And you won't do till after Scattershot has been released.
But I think Vortex is. I think he's about probably a week or two.
Look, and I want to say this like real quick, so those listening, like, you know, we're not stupid. We understand a lot goes into designing these figures. You know, we understand that, but it's like, dude, when you are basically you hammer out over the better part of like a huge chunk of a combiner where all that's missing is the other arm and the fucking mass, you know, the torso piece, and you decide to go, well, fuck this, man, we need to release the fucking arm for our next combiner set. People notice this shit.
And it's never been done. That's never been done before. You
well,
know, there's never been a third party company that has had two combiners going at once.
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't TFC doing that with fucking? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you're right. They were finishing up. Yep, you're right.
And
I'm sorry. They were finishing up the Predacons and putting out Defense at the same time.
Well,
right.
You know, mind you, go ahead and just pay attention to what you just said. They were finishing up the Predacons,
and they have a solid reputation. Well, the solid might be a stretch, but they have a reputation for putting out combiners in the past.
And established.
Yeah. They did have two under their belt prior to that, but like this Warbitron shit is scary. But like it seems like they just got money coming out the pores when you look at the box for fucking Afterburner. I mean, it's bananas. BANA.
I would use Afterburner as the other arm for Bruticus.
I don't want to sound like a dick here, but the fact of the matter is, the way it's looking, you might just not. I don't know. I want to say you're going to finish your Bruticus at least, but don't count on that Computron.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. I am. This is, people talk about that shit all the time. Like, third party combiner. Good luck finishing that. Like, they used to say it with MMC all the time, and there was never a doubt in my mind that MMC was going to finish that set. But I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if I'm going to see a Computron.
Yep. So enjoy your Action Master Afterburner.
I think you
But
will.
he's not an Action Master. He does.
I think you will.
And he's a great figure. Like, Afterburner is fantastic.
I'm sure he is. I could care less about the Technobot. So I mean,
Yeah, me too. But like, I never had. That's the only combiner of the proper G1 that I never had as a kid. And I got to tell you, like, that scratched the itch for me in the fucking Make Toys one. I haven't combined it yet, but I have fucked with all the bots individually, and that it does not. It does not at all.
I'd rather have the Technobots and the dirt.
Dirt.
Just saying.
Don't you have them? Aren't you getting that set? Man.
What, the Technobots?
No, the Defensor set.
Oh, no.
You didn't get any? I thought you got.
No. Dirt? Hell no.
Dirt.
When I saw Dirt, I was like, oh, man down. Cancel pre-orders. You had to put on stickers to
I
make
repeat,
one look
abort happy progress.
good. You had to make the stickers look good on one of them, the first one. I was like, I'm good.
Was it hard to navigate your keyboard with all that motion lotion still on your hand when you were first fapping off to him, you son of a bitch?
I know. They were all right. No, anyway.
I like them. Hydrant is a little touch and go, but the other three, like the limbs so far, I've liked all of them. But yeah, I think we're probably past our point now. So let me handle these shout outs, and then I'll give it back to Oscar. Shout out to @FearCorpse, who holds down our Twitter and does a tremendous job. Shows us a fucking ton of love.
Yay.
And while we're talking about love, shout out to Third Party Crashers and TF Prototype, who are always constantly doing the same. Shout out to Iron Ratchet. You're a man. If you're a G1 guy and you need to fucking fill that G1 gap in your collection, he is the man to talk to. He is the most trustworthy within that realm that we have ever encountered. And shout out to Antoine's group, Third Party Unlimited, which we're going to try to use as a reference for all of our links, unless somebody wants to sponsor us, in which case his poor Facebook group is out of the question. But for now, check out Third Party Unlimited. Antoine is our news guy. He stays on top of that shit, so make sure to check that out. Also, shout out to The Chosen Prime, WK Toys, and KumaStyle.com. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it back to Oscar.
So, as always, you can go right on ahead and Google us, and you'll find us all over the interwebs, from Instagram to Twitter to Tumblr, and, of course, our Facebook group, which we are very proud to talk about all the time. Be sure to look us up, and obviously check us out on YouTube, as well as myself at T2R6 and DMH. Yeah, whatever. Defending Your Myth and Heroes, that guy. Be sure to check them out and subscribe to us. Also, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Until then, for the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly and take care of yourselves and each other.
You've been shattered.